All right. Welcome to the theElpyDimension. I am your guide, Elpy. I'm skipping around a little bit. Today is the 21st of August, 2024. And I say I'm skipping around because normally I start with the European Nightcrawler bin, number 2. I should just call it the European Nightcrawler bin now, but anyways. But I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to harvest this mixed worm bin, my favorite bin thus far, also my first bin. I think I'm going to harvest them and do this bin first. So it has been, let's see, it was the 13th. Yeah, it's been 8 days. So I'm on my 1 week plan. I have a sort of a heavy feeding. I've got a lot of, I don't like those dark orange muscat tomatoes. So I got a bunch of them that are kind of soft because I don't even want to eat them. Sadly, my first Black Beauty eggplant is yucky. And yeah, I've got a lot of tomato trimmings. I froze a bunch of tomatoes, but let's see. The feeding area from last time is about 78 degrees. Of course, it's dropping now, so like 25 degrees Celsius, 78 Fahrenheit. That's not so important, just interesting. But this is the feeding zone. I'm going to harvest this first. I'm going to put it into a 2-gallon bucket. A bucket that I was using to feed and fertilize, and it's not clean and it's fine. Okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look here first. Okay. Now, we said last time that they looked pretty good. Why wouldn't they this time? The only thing is that there are chunks of stuff. The paper I'm really not worried about. It'll break down. If the paper goes in to my garden, it's not going to hurt anything. If it'll break down. Those were cherry pits or something, but I mean, I could sit here and pick it all out, which sometimes I do. Sometimes I would. Sometimes I wouldn't. See, like that. There we go. Done. Or, for the sake of time, I'm just going to be like, look at these castings. Aren't they great? Let's go ahead and get them out. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get them out. I'll pick out big pieces if I feel like it. Otherwise, I'll pick them out as I go to use the castings. But let's get this stuff in a bucket and let's get this show on the road because I've got a lot of other stuff to do. All right, so hold on for a second. All right, so I filled the whole 2-gallon bucket and there's still some in the bottom, which is fine with me. I don't feel like finagling with another bucket right now. And I don't usually leave that much. This is actually way less than half of the bin than I thought. Not a big deal. I usually leave some at the bottom anyways, so just kind of help inoculate the new stuff. I might actually even mix it in more. I usually just leave it and put stuff on top of it. I've just got torn up paper, shredded paper. But I think this time I'll kind of mix it all together. And then I'll also be adding older chunks from, yeah, I need to take this off. Anyways, hold on another second, please. Okay, so there's my divider paper that, yeah, that's not even, that wasn't even close to half. That's like a third. Well, I guess in theory, I leave the divider paper, but All right, so now I'll go ahead and start adding the new wet shredded paper. The stuff at the bottom, the castings at the bottom were more moist, as would be expected, and they're now at the top of the bucket, so they'll kind of dry out. But that tells me that, you know, there's enough moisture in here that I do kind of want to squeegee out the new paper. So I'll just show a little bit then. I don't have my photo editing skills down at this point. I know I need to get a tripod, and I've got to upgrade some technology so that I could, you know, do a cool little time lapse of sorts, speed this up, you know, of me adding the paper. But instead I'm just gonna add some, mix it around, and then finish adding the rest of the paper. I was hoping to have mowed today, have some fresh grass clippings like I did for a couple of the other bins when I harvested, but gosh, this is so much less than half. It's making me crazy, but that's okay. It's really okay, because it's my system and I do it how I want to do it. So that means next time I'm going to need a 5-gallon bucket for all of this stuff, unless I want to do it in thirds, which I probably don't. But yeah, all right, let me go ahead and add the rest. All right, splendid. I shredded by hand some of this paper because that's what I had to do. So I got some of the old castings mixed in here. Which is nice. All right. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to do what we always do and check on the other side. But I am going to, well, I don't think I'm going to take the paper products out because I do still want, actually, yeah, no. I was going to say, oh, I am going to add the next feeding goes in here. And I'm going to put dry mix, and then I'll put the food on top. But I want to see what's left. It's been 8 days. This is the soonest I've checked in on my bins in a long time. So I'm curious to see how they did with that last sort of large feeding. So let's see. Right away we got worms. Nice big healthy worms. We'll go ahead and that's the old carrot. Ooh, that's breaking down fast. I mean, it was already a yucky carrot, but carrots don't always break down that fast. You see? All right. Looking good. Now I put those garlic stalks, but really I'm not gonna like transfer over whatever food is left, because even though I'm gonna put a new feeding in here, or maybe somewhere in the middle, now I think I'll break it up. I think I'll put half there, half here, because they might not really want to go over there yet, you know. Oh yeah. Look at them go. See the really dark one moving really fast like an inchworm? That's a blue worm. I don't know the difference between European night crawlers and red wigglers, but they're both in here. Yep. Mm-hmm. Feels sort of spongy in here. Remember we had that grapefruit and leftover mango from the previous time. And then we had some leftover dill. So I've been guilty of saying, oh, there's, except for this and except for that, there's not really any food in here. I should clarify that. When there are things that take a while to break down, I classify them differently. I say, all right, that stuff's going to take a while to break down anyway, so, you know, I'm calling that a different kind of food source. And those carrots are closer than not to breaking down. And just like last time, the mango and the grapefruit, I was like, well, you know, grapefruit, it's going to take a while to break down. So, yeah, again, kind of spongy in here. But look at all these beautiful worms. Very happy to see. They look great. What is this weird thing? No, I'm not going to smell it. That's what I was thinking. I think it's onion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this piece of wood, I'm going to toss over there. Let's just go ahead and dig them up. All right. Tell me that's not satisfying. Not the same as a big cluster of worms, a worm ball, but just as beautiful. Yeah, these worms, they look really healthy. There's that grapefruit, I can smell it. It's quite beautiful. Off the smell, really. Yeah. Awesome. This biodegradable glove, which they're hanging out on, is going to go into the new stuff right off the bat. But again, lots of beautiful worms down in here. It's very moist. I know they're happy with that. So, this is a little bit of a toss-up. I have a terrible tendency to overfeed. That onion is basically mush. I mean, like, come on. Not basically mush. It is mush. These worms hanging out in the remnants of, oh, is that the mango pit? But, oh yeah, this is a good population of worms. Very, very happy. So I kind of want to, I'm going to take paper from last time and just put those back. Those carrots. Ta-da, yay. Look at everybody. Hi, guys. Now that, to me, is what a healthy population should look like. Very, very pleased. So, there were also some tomato tops that I had put in there, and tomato trimmings. So they obviously really liked that, because that's also a moist food. This piece of wood. This is pretty sure this is from a brassica stem. Let's go ahead and take a peek in this corner, the non-feeding corner. And there's still some, we got some avocado pits, another piece of wood. There's still some, not very many. So that tells me that what we were looking at was truly the bulk of the population, and that's cool. That's not a bad thing. Like, what? There's not anybody else? But this material, as I go through over the next probably 2 weeks and pick out the bigger stuff, the older stuff, it's going to start to reveal itself as being ready to be harvested as well. So let's just break this up a little bit. Oh, sorry, I broke it up a little too much. Sorry, guys. Sorry for that. Now, like I said, my plan is to feed a little bit on both sides so that they can still, now again, there's still a decent amount of food because those carrots are to a point. Well, no, I wouldn't say a decent amount of food because those carrots are turning into mush. Now, I'm going to feed. So we're going to take some of the old paper from last time. Maybe we'll take a strip of the new stuff. And we'll go ahead and add some more tomatoes. Some of these eggplants got away with me, and that's a bummer. Got away from me. Like I said, one of them is just shot. I picked it off the plant, and it had 2 browning spots on it. These are those dark orange muscats. But yeah, that eggplant. And I put it in the fridge, planning to, I'm like, well, I'll cut into it and see what it looks like. And a couple days passed, and I was like, you know what? I'm not messing with this, unfortunately. So, all right, there's a small feeding. I'll put this. Good to give them a balance with the browns and the greens. I'm sorry for my poor recording. With the browns and the greens. But I think that's good. That's a Brussels sprout. We didn't really dig over here, did we? No, we didn't. Some mango. Another avocado pit. Another Brussels sprout. So there aren't holes in this divider paper, but there's enough room. It's not fully dividing the space, so they can get around it when they want to. And we'll see in a week how much they wanted to get around it. How much they wanted to get around it and then also stay in the new stuff. All right, so over here, again, let's kind of mix in the stuff I just added. The old stuff. Okay. I know this is going kind of long. All right. That's that hard neck garlic. All right, I'm gonna add, where did I put it? Try to very gently add my powder mix, my dry mix. Just adding a little extra micronutrients and nutrients. I need to get, I think this mix, this batch rather, is out of, I think I was out of oyster shells at that time for calcium. So it's azomite, DE, diatomaceous earth, kelp meal, neem cake, and possibly a little bit of oyster shell in there. I mixed it together so long ago. Okay, this pear, I barely touched it. That boy's ready. Some tomato churn. This really isn't big at all. See that? My first Black Beauty eggplant. And the other side had, now, tell me what you think. When I cut into it, this spot didn't, but it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I was initially just going to cut it off. And then the other side had a spot even worse, had like a bigger spot. And I don't know, call me a chicken. I do get anxious. I'm trying to work on it. Stop being so afraid of things. Just overthinking. But yeah, I know I really struggle with that one. I probably could have eaten it, but okay. I'm putting a little extra because this is a new material, new batch. In theory, this kind of helps buffer acidity, maybe add micronutrients, maybe, like, yeah. Like I said, since it's new material, I figure why not. Okay. Cool. So we harvested 2 gallons worth of material. I should probably weigh it. I won't be doing that on camera. Harvested 2 gallons worth of material out of a third of this. So that would really mean that there should be like 4 gallons left at least. And I'd say that bucket's like at least 15 pounds, if most likely more. Yeah, cool. Oh, let's not leave this tomato on the surface. Where should we put the thermometer? On the new side? Let's put it on the new side just to see how it's looking over here. Alrighty, cool. So this is the mixed worm bin. 8 days after my last feeding and check-in. I've completely harvested this side of the bin. Well, again, I leave a little bit behind. And now it's going to be at least 2 weeks till I even start thinking about, because like I said, it's not that I expect all of this to get broken down before I harvest, but more so I'm going to let this side I'm going to wait till they really are liking this side. And when they're all in this material and they're happy to be in here, then I know it's safe to remove the rest. So at least 2 weeks. And in the meantime, I'll pick pieces out that are bigger and throw them over there to help prepare this. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned because I got pretty behind last week, but I should have the last of those bins, the feedings of those up today. Today's the 21st of August, 2024. And yeah, so I've got all 4 bins, and I'm going to go ahead. I might not record all 4 today, but you'll be seeing them in the week to come, so stay tuned. This was the mixed worm bin, harvest and feeding. And what do you think? I think they look great. I'm super happy about how my population looks, and I look forward to even more. This might be a great population to actually do some experimental stuff with. I don't know, but we'll see. So stay tuned. If you liked the video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hey, hit the thumbs down. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I love to chat. I love to talk about worms. Yeah, I really appreciate your time though, and I wish you well. Be safe. Bye for now.